What's up guys, gals? It is I, once again, Joseph Cohen Mason aka MR.GAMER 990, and today guys, gals, I want to review a survival horror game which is a very creepy, suspenseful, scary, yeah you heard me, a scary survival horror game like we never got before in a very long time, produced and created and developed by I think Bethesda Software. So I think Bethesda Softworks or Bethesda, I'm not sure, but Bethesda Softworks created the game. This game, which is very scary, suspenseful and creepy, that game being The Evil Within. And The Evil Within, oh my god, is it scary as fuck. I mean, that is putting it bluntly, but that's how I can describe it. Scary as fuck. I'll tell you the basic plot of the game. You play as a detective named Detective Sebastian Castellanos, who is voiced by the TV actor Anson Mount, and you investigate a crime in a hospital, a mental hospital, where you have to try to find out what happened to some cops and what went on in this hospital and the mystery behind the killings of many cops and doctors and all that jazz. And something happens that will cause a huge incident in the city you're in, and the city just goes bye-bye, it crashes and turns to ashes, and you and your two partners, who are Julie Kidman, voiced by Jennifer Carpenter, and Joseph Oda. And Joseph Oda is voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, I think that's his name, yeah? And as Sebastian, Julie, and Joseph are making their escape from the crash, they bring along with them a patient named Leslie and his doctor. And something happens that will really turn their world upside down and take them into a nightmare they do not ever want to be part of. This is a horror game at its best. Now, here's how the game works. You play as a guy who has to go through like 15 chapters in this game, 15 chapters where you have a limited amount of ammos and resources to your use, and you have to try to put use to what you got. For example, you have like a handgun, a magnum revolver, a shotgun, you have grenades, you have a fucking crossbow, you have like a lot of tools and arsenal at your accessory, and you also have like your stamina bar, you have your health bar, and you also have a stamina bar. When you run, you have to pay attention to how much stamina you got, because the more stamina you lose, the more likely you are to get slower and slower, and the slower you are, the more vulnerable you are to enemy attacks. And your enemies in this game are monsters. Yep, you heard me. Classic monsters like zombies, these deformed creatures or like these slug monsters. You have also like these boss battles which are like so, oh my god, it's creepy as hell. I mean, these boss battles are just creepy, and there's a lot of things I want to talk about this game, but the monsters in particular are just so uniquely drawn, created, and animated so well. I love these monsters and how they're designed, because every one of them looks so unique. And sure, you have your cliche zombie monsters, like, you know, zombies who are like going, oh, we'll kill you, like that. But you also have other creative monsters who are like these, oh my god guys, I hate these monsters a lot. These monsters with a box in their head, and every time you kill one of them in one particular stage, they will keep coming back again and again and again until you try to escape from that room you're in, a gas room. I was stuck in that stage for a long time, and I died like 25 times. 25 times in this game I died. In total, throughout the majority of the game, in total I died 70 times. 70 times, which is a lot more times I died, and in embarrassing ways, creative embarrassing ways, than I did in Dark Souls. And that says something a lot, you know? Now this game, it has a lot of things going for it. The horror and survival horror aspect to it is just so great. And this game is a true survival horror game like never before. This game, it really brings back memories of what it's like to play a horror game, which has you on the edge of your seat and has you like cringing, and has you like worrying, and has you like almost scared. A lot of times in this game you will be scared because either by the monsters or either by the atmosphere this game creates. This game has a lot of atmosphere, and the settings are so uniquely drawn, especially by the very end of the game. By the very end of the game, it turns into like a hell on earth nightmare, almost like a Dante's Inferno, and that is what's so cool about this game. And your main villain of the game, is this guy called Ruvik, who is voiced by Jackie Earl Haley, and I hate Ruvik, honestly. Ruvik is a son of a bitch boss I hate so much. He is the main bad guy of this game, and you can't kill him. At the beginning of the game until the very end, you can't kill this asshole. You can't shoot him, you can't touch him. Oh my god, you're lucky to even burn him if you want, but it's impossible because this guy is just like a killing machine who is like the Terminator. He follows you wherever you go, and that is what's so creepy about this son of a bitch. And he wants this kid called Leslie, who is like a huge important thing that he needs to complete his experiment. And Ruvik was once like a professor who needs Leslie for like an experiment he's conducting so that he may like unleash ultimate power and rule the world and all that thing. And I love this game because it really does show how true survival horror can still be made in games, and how it can still be shown to people who love horror games, people who want to get scared and they want to have like an experience worth going through in a horror game that will really test your sanity, and will test your like it will test your like your emotions. This kind of game will really have you on the edge of your seat. It's such a scary horror game. At times I was having like almost a heart attack at how insane this game was. I was like, you know, I was always on the edge of my seat, and I was just so scared by what happened in this game. And this game is something I really appreciate, love, and I think it is a good game, a very good game. But this game, it does what it has to do, and that scared the living shit out of you, and it does that so well. And I'm gonna give this game a 4.5 out of 5 stars. 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's a great horror game. It's a great survival horror game which actually does scare you. It's like almost an action game at times, and it turned into like a very surreal nightmarish world you do not want to miss. No, you do not want to miss this game. It is just so awesome, so cool. I highly recommend you play it as soon as you possibly can. Please play it. Anyways, I'm done. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you very much. Oh, one more thing. Adios, amigos, and au revoir.